absolutely beautiful this weekend. Katie and I have both been at our plots working really hard. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've been up to. As always, I'm trying different experiments, so I'm going to flip the camera, show you what I've been doing. So I've got myself some bales of straw and I'm going to try growing in straw. As always, I'm running out of space, panicking. As you know, before I've done sky growing with my strawberries. So this year, just to use the edges of my plot, I've got a bale of straw there, and I've got a second bale further down by the greenhouse. And at the moment, they've only been there since yesterday, so I think you've got to treat them with like a high nitrate one day and water it in, and then the next day just water it. So I've just actually watered my straw, and you've got to do that for 10 days, alternating the high nitrates and the water. And if I just scan across, you can see Katie's over there on her plot working really hard. Hi Katie! Hi. Katie's busy putting her beetroot in. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing with the straw bales. The other thing I've done is I've made some raised areas. Now I've put some horse manure, and I don't know if you can actually see the ground is raised. I've put some horse manure under that and then just banked it up a little bit, and that's what I'm going to put my pumpkin and squash on this year. I'm hoping that because it's raised, the water will drain away well and that they will not rot, and they'll do quite well there. So that's another experiment. I've not done that before. I've normally just put them in beds. My flowers are coming along nicely. My larkspur and my cosmos behind, they're looking a bit peaky actually, but I'm sure they will pick up. And I've got some beautiful flowers on my sugar snap peas now, so that's really good news. Unfortunately, my runner beans, my French beans, the climbing ones I put in, have completely disappeared. Not even a stalk. And that is both sides, although I do think I have a very sorry looking stalk the other side. Thank you, snails. I've bought some more to go in. It's too late for me to grow them from seed, so I've actually had to buy some. Goes against the grain a bit. Never mind. So the Swiss chard is coming through, and the beetroot are going great guns. They seem quite happy. And the onions are looking really well. Shallots are coming up. Really lots of green now, so I'm really happy with how they're coming along. My next experiment is my strawberry tower, which is just some containers, tops cut off, holes in them, and I've driven a stake in the ground and then threaded them over and then planted some strawberries. And I've just not quite finished because I've run out of strawberry plants, but I've got some more arriving in the next few days. So then I will plant all the way to the top and hopefully get some nice strawberries. I've just got to work out how to net it. That's going to be the next challenge. Otherwise the birds will benefit from the strawberries more than me. The dahlia bed is looking great. This year I've pegged it and strung it. Now I didn't do that last year, and they were okay, but when it was windy a few of them got broken off, and I did see that if you can support them, that's better. So I've put some string across so that hopefully they'll grow up through the string, and that will just support the plants as they grow up through. Hopefully that will work, but as always, one of my experiments, and we'll see where we go. The fruit corner is looking great. The rhubarb is just absolutely beautiful. Already picked several lots and given it away. The raspberries are going great guns, and my red currant is flowering. Isn't that great? I'm really pleased, really excited. So this is my salad bed, and I bought the plastic thinking it was clear plastic, and it's not, but everything seems to be doing all right inside, so I'm just going to lift the top off quickly and show you what's inside. I've actually stapled part of it to a piece of wood, so the idea is that if I pick up the piece of wood I can uncover most of the bed in one go, and it kind of works. So inside you can see my lettuce have really grown really well, and I've got some cut and come again that I actually think the other side I can cut. Spring onions are doing fine, and the radishes are up. So all of that is looking great, and actually and I lifted that plastic away. It's really warm in there. So the fact that the plastic isn't completely clear, it's like an opal, doesn't seem to have made any difference. The plants are still growing really, really well. So that was a real cheap way to buy decorators plastic just to make a cover. So here's the rest of the sky growing, as I call it, and the strawberries have settled, and lots of beautiful flowers all the way down through. That's great. So again, I need to protect them with netting at some point, and I've got to figure out how I do that. At the top I didn't put strawberries this year, probably a mistake, but I've just put some seeds in, and I think this is Cut and Come again, and I can't remember what I've planted. I'm really dreadful at remembering what I plant. At some point there is gosh, what is it? Spinach? No, yes, spinach, that's it. There's some spinach, and then at the end is rocket. So hopefully that will work. My sweet peas are starting to climb, and that's good. I did put them out a little bit early just because I was so desperate for the space in the greenhouse that I just had to put them out, and they seem okay. They'll just probably slowed them down a wee bit. Underneath here is my fennel, and I really need to take this top off today and discard it because they're like bent over. Poor little things. Yeah, they need to stretch out, so that will have to come off today, and they'll fend for themselves now. I think they'll do absolutely fine as we're mid-May really, and the weather has been much warmer, and actually I'm kneeling down on the soil and the soil just feels really warm, and that's great. So yeah, lots of things happening. Going to get some beans in again today. I say my second attempt at my beans, and a few other jobs. I put some more brassica in the cage yesterday, some red cabbage and some cauliflowers. So the brassica cage is almost full now. There's just another space and perhaps one more row, and I don't know if you can see very well in there through the netting. So yeah, I've got a few things left in the greenhouse that I can put out, more than I need. If I've got space I will have another brassica net somewhere, but I am really starting to struggle for space, hence the straw bales and the sky growing, as I always run out of space. I just need another allotment, I think. Right, well I better get some work done. I am going to also try to get my bunting out. I always have to have bunting at the allotment. I always say it's to keep the birds away, but I just like it because it's really pretty. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all really soon.